So today we're going to be talking about brushing up on some good old survival skills, okay? We're going to be talking about why the Arrive Scam app was one of the reasons that sent me down this rabbit hole of uncovering Liberal and NDP corruption. Jagmeet Singh, what is going on? We're going to be talking about conservative discourse right now and a whole lot more. So welcome back to the Freedom Pines podcast. I'm your host, Jamie A.B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe share because the CRTC surely hates me. Let's get into today's video. So I would like to acknowledge the seriousness first of what is going on overseas. Okay, very serious stuff, very scary. But I'm not going to talk about the doom and gloom of it all because we need to talk about, what we're going to do. You need to find your closest freshwater source. Figure out what that is. I already know what mine is. Okay, figure that out. You're going to have, and this is what people should know even if they live in fireplaces, like have bags packed, ready to go. Okay, maybe start building a bunker, brush up on survival skills. Lots of things we can be doing right now. I am really praying that this does not turn into what I think it's going to turn into. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm here to help you guys realize that the little things in life are the best. And if there was one thing that I was really grateful for in my life was learning how to not sweat the small stuff. Like if I used to bash my head off something, I would lose my mind and be in a bad mood the rest of the day. Okay, so, teaching yourself to laugh those things off and not make a big deal will make life significantly easier, especially if we are actually heading into really survival hard times. And I acknowledge that some people are already in it in Canada because some people are homeless and can't afford food and stuff like that. So anyways, I know that it's doom and gloom. I really don't like talking about international relations because what I like the most about Canada, talking about Canada, is that for the most part, the government outs themselves on their website. And like half of the stuff that I have is from my own Canadian government website. It's hard because you hear so many different things online. I would say propaganda from both sides, and both sides just can make the others look so horrible, you know what I mean? And not that I think what's going on is okay and the G word, but you know what I mean? And the fact that we're not allowed to talk about it. Don't even get me started. Now let's move on to something we are allowed to talk about, which is my villain origin story of the Arrive Scam app, okay? Because here's the thing. My grandma died late 2021. I'm already experiencing severe symptoms from something I had no idea was tied to something else, but starting to get really sick. February comes around, convoy, love it, support it, lose everybody, move up north, okay. About to go for my 30th birthday to Montreal to see my favorite band, Panic at the Disco. And do you think that they could get across because of like the ArriveCan app, because they literally had one person in their thing that had COVID and they weren't allowed to come over. And then they never came back. And then they broke up. My 30th birthday. And then when two people stole from me, I was like, game over. I'm done. But the fact that Mark Carney tries to put this back on the conservatives, sir, what? And then skips around the idea of us getting paid back after they steal our money. If you seen my short yesterday, we all know that they're going after people from borrowing or from taking CERB. They're going after them now, charging them interest. But not all of the companies that they could get the money from that embezzled our tax dollars. No. Make people take time off work, shut down their business, shut down their daycare, force them when they go to take employment insurance that they've paid into to take this other thing and then tell them 5 years later that they owe it back plus interest. That makes sense. That's the tax plan. I understand, and this is going to go into my next thing about Jasper, Mr. Sunshine Baby. I understand when Jasper's freaking out. I understand when conservative content creators say that they are burned out. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? They lost and they should be in the House of Commons. Like, I want to reenact what I want to see from them. I want to do like a play. Because there is somebody in the House of Commons that represents the Canadian Revenue Agency. I know that the Conservatives know that these people are going unfairly after Canadians. Not only did I not hear that once during the campaign trail, which, by the way, the CRA has gone after every single person. If you guys would just tell people and remind them who runs the CRA, maybe people would get a clue that the Liberals are ripping off Canadians. Or just tell them that. Because I know that the Conservatives know about the CRA situation going on with Canadians. It is happening from coast to coast to coast. They are getting tax dollars from putting their own people. I just seen someone that they went to jail for tax evasion or, whatever they called it. Are you kidding? As Mark Carney stands on the podium and says that he's, everybody cheats the system that's rich. It's just how it works. But when it comes to us, regular, everyday Canadians, we have to pay for our sins. We have to. We did not incorrectly take out CERB. We're paying back money we did not even incorrectly take out. We have emails where we talk to not only employers, but the government. Do you think that they've accepted that? No. If anybody knows a good lawyer, let me know, because we don't have money to pay $22,000. This is what I mean. My husband and I are somebody that's not in too much debt at all. What do they want to do? They want to tack on the debt. They want to make sure that we're poor. They want to make sure that we're not leaving the country. Oh, my eyes are red because I keep tearing up. And having to re-record. This government is so beyond criminal. How can they steal so much from citizens and not have to pay a single cent back? I'm sorry. Why can I hear Chrystia Freeland's stupid voice in the House of Commons? Why is she still there? How is that criminal who froze our bank accounts and smiled while she did it still in the House of Commons? How do people go to the polls and vote for Chrystia Freeland? These people online think that this is all provincial. And yes, of course, a lot of this stuff is provincial, municipal. But when the top is allowing the corruption, and not only that, encouraging it and funding it, what do we have? I really, really, really want to see Pierre Poilievre back in the House of Commons, okay? And if you watch Northern Perspective, go sign the petition. Because if he, it will be a test when he gets back in there. Because if we see old Pierre again, then maybe the Conservatives have a fighting chance. But if we see this Pierre who just backs off and... I see it coming back. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and drag on Pierre because I think that he had a lot going against him. It's just, I think a lot of us are angry. Jasper in particular is quitting smoking. So good luck with that. I'm serious. Good luck with that. It's really good that you're quitting. My husband smokes. I know. That's why I'm saying that. But I think our frustration lies in the fact that these are not only they only replaced Justin Trudeau with Mark Carney. This is not a different government. And now we're finding out that we're not going to have energy. People will be gone. I don't know what people don't understand. If we don't have enough energy to hold the people that are in our country, what do you think happens? I think the Conservatives need to be more upfront about what the destruction of Canada is. And honestly, I usually see it from people who are allowed to just talk freely. I'm talking like Erin Dunn, the Marjorie, what is her name? The green girl. You know what I mean? Not, she's not a green, she's conservative, but Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know what her name was. I always used to Rempel. Someone, Michelle Rempel, I think, going off about the immigration numbers. That was such a good, like, camera moment, okay? That is the kind of stuff that we are looking for. Andrew Lawton talking about the Pew issue, okay? That's the kind of stuff that I want to see from conservatives. But I want it to also be very much about stuff like this. People need to understand how serious this is, because I'm not sure if those numbers include MAID or even the ODs, okay? Because we've had also on top of that 50,000 people dying, unaliving via MAID, and we also have 50,000 since then being unalived via OD, okay? We love the humanness of the conservatives. I don't love when I look into the Liberal cabinet and see everybody whose kids all know each other. They're all best friends. They all grew up in the same place. They're privileged. The difference that I see with the Conservative Party is not a lot of the same characters stay in the Conservatives. And they genuinely seem like real life people. So bring that back. Because real life people like me, and I'm just one person, are actually struggling so fucking much. This is obviously all on purpose. It's all on purpose. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm not sure why we're not allowed to call it out, why it's called race, like why we've been convinced as whiteys over here. And the demographics for MAID are 98% white, like I said. And I also bring up the question, I don't think I mentioned this in the video that I talked about it. Why is that? Is this some sort of DEI sick thing? I really hope not. That's what my mind goes to. But in reality, I do think it's because our culture is more, I don't know, just pro-death. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to laugh, but like, it just happens because what else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just melt down all the time? You know what I mean? But I need the conservatives to get up there and really drill into Canadians, because Canadians have been brainwashed about gas and oil, okay? They truly have been convinced that gas and oil is dirty and you're a dirty person if you use it. That is what the left thinks. They need to undo this best that they can. Be realistic about what net zero looks like. Just saying. Ask hard questions. Why are you okay? Why are communities okay that are opposed to pipelines? And that's communities, I'm like almost everyone on the left. Why are they okay with exploiting other parts of the world? All land is sacred. Okay. Why do you continue to use cars for your home? Electricity. Why? If we believe that we're not allowed to use minerals, why should we be benefiting other parts of the world exporting their minerals? Show them what it looks like to show them all of the things where all of our stuff comes from. Show them what it really looks like to have lithium pits. Okay? Show them all of the green options that aren't so green. Show them the graveyards of wind turbines. Show them everything. Don't rely on them to do their own research. They're not going to do it. That's why we have so many people brainwashed in Canada, because they're not going to do their own research. Show how certain modification makes things worse. Start with the W. Can't actually say. You know what I mean? That's regular information that is regularly available. Okay, our government website shows it. People don't think that's real. It was used as a war weapon. There's actually online documents that talk about it and what the laws are around using it. This conservative needs to step up the opposite. I probably were. The thing is that I know where it was coming from. Like I said in my, a lot of people, because I think he was calling out soundbite or being negative because of the position. So tell them that. Opposition. This is my job. I said it in the video. I don't think I posted it, but best friend for a long time. Then I think, but not. I'm gonna come put down really realistic things. What do you think it looks like? Continue to and continue more people build energy. We don't even have a car set up at all. There's not even how you want to swim. I mean, you know that. So we do, and we're line. We actually confronting these about this agenda. Frankly, that I've always said is that the siege is communism because people in a well-T, okay, and they do anything to the planet. If the Earth were to end, it's gonna end. There's no safety. Okay? Not that I don't believe in putting the trash. Like there was this video, going different high water, so much out of the road. How is it? We need them. Yes, said come in, giving the town not viable. We need prices. What I mean, we now not to build lines towns, build town mines like we know so much and so much about how it's ethically. It's time to start challenging people's lives. It's time to step out. I know it's really because the majority of our population is severely brainwashed. Okay? But we're gonna have to break it. We're gonna have to show them. I can't do it. This stuff doesn't get put out. As much as I have a huge voice in right now, I wasn't gonna video. We're not gonna be doing it. And it was wrong. So much. I can to my conservatives have the they have you guys showing what actually and what and the people all fired from Greenpeace. Legal environmentalists that were from Greenpeace was in. Talk to them, get on board. A lot of them actually realized this was like being by the government. It wasn't actually facts, and it was like here we're going to say first. Understand. Term, at least for the start. This time I think the thing and we need to because this probably won't need this. Guys have a wonderful weekend and you month. I'll see this because I don't have a vehicle. To northern with no vehicle. No, I hate it. Get everywhere. A video about it.